put that in here. That's the last time I've done this. What?
Retweet. I've realized how I don't know. YouTube.
Oh, thanks for that. Where are we at? Twitter.
Oh, I give up.
Oh my god, I don't even know what. Is 255 right? 255. That sounds right. PHPUgly.
Yeah.
Whew. 255. Yeah. Wow.
We don't even have a Trello board yet set up. What is going on?
Oh my god, we don't have a Trello board set up. It's like somebody kept me out drinking or something. Let me see something.
You weren't drinking. That doesn't count.
I was drinking lemonade. I was pounding the lemonade.
Save it for the show.
You guys, I need somebody to help me figure out the bot is dead. By the way, the bot is not working anymore. I mean, it works. The link, the show. Oh fuck! Let me just do the show number 255, 2021, 0923. All right. All right, save it for the show. Let's go. Yeah, let's snap episode 200.
Wait, what are you doing? Whoa. Calm down.
1, 2, 1, 2. Coming off the top, y'all know how we do. Listen, I'ma drop a freestyle you can cherish. I'ma send a shout out to the host named Eric. Yo, he's never on some average shit. You know, Eric, he stays loud and passionate. I'm about to break it down for y'all with the clever song. Yo, shout the host named Thomas, cause he's never wrong. Yo, shout to John. You know that he's smart and quiet, unlike my freestyles, which cause a riot. I'm about to do it like this, cause the people love me. Shouts out to PHP, the ugly. It's called ugly cause it's not professional, but I'm about to come through and bless it with style. So let's do it when I'm spitting, I perfume the room. Yo, the segment of the show is called Doom and Gloom. That came from Thomas. Yeah, can nobody go beyond this? I get the mic and then I'm about to keep it like a promise. Yeah, and y'all know we fill them up with anguish. We talking about the PHP, the programming language. About to break it down, no exaggeration. What do y'all do for a living? Web applications. Okay, I can dig it. My words spray tight. They getting together on the Thursday nights. Yeah, when it comes to rhyming, you can call me the new dude. I spew true lyrics while y'all broadcast on YouTube. So let's get it. You know my lyrics are major. All up in the comments, they got plenty of haters, but they doing what they doing. Keep it ugly. We ending every show with the saying it's lovely. Let's go.
Here's the link. Somebody is so embarrassed that they're wearing that t-shirt that they took the picture with the face missing. Just kidding, Bobby. We love you if you're listening to us.
Look at that little guy, or girl. Look at the little person.
Everyone's in Zencaster.
Okay, I'll start that.
What little person?
Are you
The
not paying
link
attention? Pay attention.
Posted. A layer of fascination.
Oh.
Nah, I need to have this up and that up. Oh, before we get started, I need to have this ready. Oh, why can I not see anything?
Could you drink too much?
That's probably it. I'm not going to talk about somebody sending me home with an extra beer that I didn't order. No, that doesn't count. That doesn't count.
Rarely hear that as a complaint. That's odd.
No, that wouldn't be it. Yeah, that's it.
No, Frank, you're fine. You just got the inside track. Just don't click on any the Zencaster links or anything.
Why would you even leave that? Wait, which one's the best one? Nope, that's not gonna be it.
What are we waiting for here, man?
I have no clue.
You.
Me?
Do you realize you start the stream and you control the?
No, you're the one.
You control Harry Mack.
I played it already.
I can.
What?
Jesus
Oh yeah,
Christ,
we don't
man.
hear it. You played it already?
Yes.
This is gonna be a show, I tell you.
Oh my goodness gracious!
Are you ready?
Yeah.
He said he played it already.
No, I'm not worried about Thomas. I know Thomas is ready. I'm talking to you, Congdon. Are you ready?
You're listening to episode.
Jesus Christ. All right.
Eric, thank you for being back.
You're listening to episode 255 of PHPUgly. I'm your host, Eric Van Johnston. And with me, as always, my Zeus, John Congdon.
Are we gonna play Harry Mack or what?
And my Apollo, Tom Raider.
We've got some big news. I'm taking John's name.
You guys, my lads finally got married. So
Finally. It's purely
Zeus
for
Apollo.
tax reasons.
Zeus
What is
Apollo.
going on?
That is the question for Discord. It was a recent topic in one of our shows. What is Zeus and Apollo? You've got 10 minutes to respond. Do you guys know Zeus and Apollo?
The Greek gods.
That is not a wrong answer, but that's not when I refer to them as the lads. That's not the same Zeus and Apollo I'm referring to.
I have absolutely no clue what you're talking about.
I hope it's
Okay,
not what I
then.
think it is.
Are you really gonna wait 10 minutes to tell us what you're talking about?
If we just start the show, you'll forget about it, and then you'll remember at the end of the show and say, "Hey,
I've already forgotten about it."
what's going on, guys? I'm happy to be back. I'm happy to be anywhere. I'm happy to be talking."
We are so happy to have you here. I don't know about Thomas, but I thought last week was a very rough episode.
I thought it went great.
Oh,
All the
one of
feedback
us.
I saw was great. Yeah.
yeah, I have very low self-esteem, so it makes sense.
Hey, darling Data. Hey, Buttery, Kevin, Frank. I know you guys are all listening. Everybody in
Eric's here. Everyone's
Discord?
going to say, "Hey, we're here."
That's
Is that how it works?
discord.phpugly.com. Come join the conversation.
Yeah,
I know.
quiet Discord last week.
Last week, it really was.
Well, because you guys were so intense, people were listening so intently that they didn't
Let's
think
go
to
with
chat.
that.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah. So, do we want to talk about what happened to me last week? Do we care? Does anybody care?
No.
I think everybody cares because we kind of let it slip a little bit last week, but let us know about what happened last week. Why were you not with us?
Yeah, what's wrong with your face?
Oh God, there's so much wrong with my face. I don't even know where to start on that one. But but in general, let me leading us. It actually goes back at the beginning of the pandemic. That's how far back this goes. So at the beginning of the pandemic, like right about the time where it became obvious what the issue was, and the concerns around breathing on people and all that other stuff, I started getting like a cavity in my mouth. I'm like, God, I think I got to go to the dentist, but I'm not going to the dentist now, right?
Wait. You've been dealing with this for a year and a half.
Well, that's kind of when it started. Like I kind of got an inkling that I had to go to the dentist, right? Because I felt like I was getting a cavity, but it subsided. Like it wasn't, it wasn't terrible. Like I just kept in the back of my mind that, okay, I think I have a cavity, and it was actually on the right side of my face, right? So like I think I have a cavity back here somewhere. I need to go see a dentist, but I was waiting for the pandemic stuff to kind of get over, right? Because I definitely wasn't comfortable with somebody sticking their hands and stuff in my mouth at the time. So now about a week or I guess about a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago, really, about 2 weeks ago, the left side of my face started hurting. And I'm like, shoot, I think I have another cavity. I'm going to need to see the dentist soon, very soon. And that went from, I think I have a cavity to, oh my God, the side of my face is just on fire right now. It's like everything from my neck to my head was just hurting. And I knew something was very wrong. Where it had gotten to the point last weekend, I was about to go to the ER. I told my wife, I'm like, I don't know what the ER can do for teeth, but something has to happen. I was chewing Tylenol. I'd gone to the store, got the strongest Tylenol capsules you can buy over the counter, and I was chewing them like M&Ms because I just couldn't stand the pain anymore. So I made it through the weekend, and I pulled up my insurance, and I started going down the list of dentists. I'm like, dentists. Apparently, dentists are worse than coders. They only work 3 days a week. All the dentists are like, oh yeah, we only see patients Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And I'm like, well, I'm not going to make it to tomorrow. I need somebody today. So I just started going down the list. Fortunately, I got a really good dentist who was close to our house, and I went in there and saw him. And I didn't care what the guy had to do to me. I'm just like, just stop the pain. Just stop the pain. I mean, it was so bad. It's funny because I went back.
Did it occur to you to go to Mexico?
No. My parents had done that before. No, it didn't actually. I probably would have had I not been able to find a dentist. It's funny because I went back and watched the round table, and by that time, when I recorded the last round table, the pain had already picked up pretty good, and I could kind of already see the way I was. I could already see kind of the pain that I was in at that time.
Just sort of fading in and out.
So I get in to see this dentist, and they X-ray my mouth, and he's like, "Hey, bad news. This is above my pay scale." He's like, "I can't help you." I'm like, "How's that possible? You're a dentist. How's that possible?" He's like, "Listen, I'm going to write you." He's like, "I'm going to write you 3 referrals." He's like, "I know how much pain you're in right now. You don't have to explain it to me. I'm going to give you 3 referrals. You find the first dentist who is on your insurance and are able to take you this week and have them fix this." And what had happened, because he was able to see with the x-rays, is I had still had my wisdom teeth, and they had impacted my back molars. Now that had happened some years back, because I had gone to a previous dentist, and he's like, "Hey, your wisdom teeth are impacted in your back molars. You might want to get that taken care of at some point." But what had happened...
I'll do that later. It's okay.
I'm like, "Hey, more teeth? I can chew more. I don't see what the problem is." What had happened with my wisdom tooth, what had happened on my back molar on my left side, where the wisdom tooth was impacted, had developed a cavity. And so now my wisdom tooth was pushing up against the nerve of my back molar. And it was the worst pain. It was the absolute worst pain.
Well, so you had to go to an endodontist for this?
Oral surgeon is all the card said.
I'm just curious how much that cost, because I remember seeing a bill for myself one time that was like, "Hey, $4,000."
It wasn't as bad as I was prepared for it to be, fortunately. So, but it wasn't cheap. So, anyways, it turned out the of the 3 referrals he gave me, one of them was the oral surgeon who was in the same building. So I was there. I walked in the office and I told them, and they checked my insurance. They're like, "Yep, we take your insurance. We'll get you in on Friday." I'm like, "All right, fine, Friday." By this time he had given me the other doc had given me pain pills and stuff like that. I hadn't taken them yet, but boy, what a difference those made! Holy crap! It wasn't Oxycontin. It was the non-addictive version, like hydrocotton or something like that.
Wasn't it oxycodone?
It wasn't. The oxycodone is the addictive one. This was supposedly the less addictive version of it. It's like hydrocodone or something like that.
They're all heroin.
Yeah, and I don't care. I would have shot up heroin last week to get through that pain. I mean, it was horrible. I shouldn't say that, but I thank God for medicine because I would not have been able to survive till Friday. And as it turned out, I didn't have to. They called me on Wednesday, like, "Listen, we have an opening tomorrow morning. Can you be in here?" I'm like, "Absolutely, I will be there tomorrow morning." This was Thursday.
I'll be there right now if you can get me in right now. I'll figure it out. Pretty much.
So I went in Thursday morning and they yanked. They ended up yanking 5 teeth. Both my wisdom teeth and their molars that they were impacting. And then I've always had like this little smaggle tooth in the front of my mouth, and I was there. I'm like, "Hey, dude, you mind taking this out?" The guy's like, "Yeah, sure, I'll pop that right out for you. Don't worry about it."
So, in the pursuit of more teeth, you just ended up with less teeth.
pretty much. Yeah. Oh man,
like
things go away.
so
Sure,
normal.
I can make you go away with taking 5 teeth away. It's all good.
So yeah, it was, and I was in no shape to record or anything last week.
No, you managed to be in the Discord channel though.
Yeah. I popped in. I got there. I woke up long enough to give you guys a hard time.
Works for me.
So yeah. Between that, the fact that I'm buying a house, the fact that I'm selling a house, the fact that we're transferring PHP Architect and doing all that stuff, this is all going on like the last 2 weeks while I'm going through it. It's like I'm surprised I didn't have a stroke or something. It was so much stress.
It has been a very stressful couple of weeks for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, John, how about your week? Lose any bodily features?
Well, I mean, whoops, I shared the wrong thing with you guys. That's not the right thing. I think this is what I wanted. Nope, that's not what I wanted. I was trying to share. I was going to share a picture with you, and of course I've now lost it. So forget it. I didn't really want to share that with you anyway, because it's probably smart not to. Oh, there it is. So
I should warn you, Tom. John and I had a little pregame. Now, because of my surgery, I cannot drink alcohol for a month.
So I drank enough for both of us.
Perfect.
Exactly. Yeah. So John literally had to drink the beer that came with my order. So he's being a real trooper. He's being real supportive. I'll drink enough for the two of us. Don't worry.
Yeah, he's really holding up the walls.
So no, I wanted to share my week. This weekend I went with my son to we often go to the dog park, and right next to the dog park is a little skate park or a pump track. On the pump track, kids with bikes often go. My son loves taking his scooters all about. Yeah, I decided, by the way, I don't ride a skateboard. I decided I'm going to take the skateboard and try and do the pump track. I shared a picture of my leg in our Slack channel, trying to decide if I should share that on Discord or not.
You're aware of how old you are, right?
Yeah. My wife has told me over and over again, you're about to turn 45 and you did what?
Dude, I don't even jump. if both of my feet are off the ground, I better be in bed.
I do jumping jacks often.
It's like, when was the last time I ran? I couldn't even tell you the last time I ran anywhere.
I run often. I do jumping jacks
Oh,
often.
you're just so much better than all of us, John. Thank you.
That's what I'm
Thank you.
trying to say.
Why do we know that?
But
It sounds like sarcasm, but he's 100% right.
Not until you look at my leg that I posted in Slack.
Oh, I have functionally clotting blood, Lou.
No, see that? I think part of the problem with this leg picture, and that's not even the worst of it, is the meds I'm on because of the whole heart attack business. I don't heal nearly as quickly.
Clot now.
Yeah. So it's like my leg is still sore a week later from falling on it. I'm like, the amount of time I spent standing. No. The amount of time I spent.
You got to put the picture in Discord now, right? You're talking about this picture. Nobody sees it.
I'm going to put it in Discord because I'm a nice guy.
My arm is sore from sleeping.
I can't laugh. You guys got to stop. I can't laugh. That's hurting too much.
Oh, yeah?
Upload failed. I don't know why. Why did the upload fail?
Oh, God. You're so...
Discord,
should try getting a faster CPU.
Discord is stupid. It doesn't work. So I took my son to the skate park. He absolutely loves this place. And I brought his skateboard. He doesn't usually use it. And it worked this time for some reason.
No, that was
I don't know how you did that. Eric, how'd you do that? So I am standing there on the skateboard, and there's this group of like 3 or 4 kids that are in their early 20s. It sucks saying they're kids at this point, but they are. And the one, he obviously can ride a skateboard, and he's just trying to get around the entire circuit without stopping. And he gives me this encouragement, like, I promise you won't fall, blah, blah, blah. And of course, I finally like go over the edge, and immediately like the board just bonk, and I'm on my ass with this bruise on my leg.
God, I would pay so much money to see that. I would have just laughed.
My 5-year-old says he saw the entire thing. He laughed. I stand up. I tell this kid in his 20s, "You promised I wouldn't fall." And he's like, "Dude," he's like, "Don't worry. You just have to bend your knees and try again." Now I have my 5-year-old constantly telling me, "Daddy, you just have to try again and bend your knees the entire time." And I got my wife constantly telling me, "You could have gotten seriously hurt. What were you doing?"
Oh, okay. I thought he was about to say, and my wife's telling me, you just got to bend your knees.
Bend your knees.
No, she's mad at me because I could have gotten seriously hurt with my 5-year-old. Like, it's just the two of us there. What happens if I fall and I break my hip, break my arm, break something?
Well, I mean, if that happened, you would have to fall and like break your arm and then somehow break every cell phone within a mile radius as well. Because I guarantee you there were lots of cell phones.
Yeah, but she's more worried. Like the 5-year-old seeing his dad in this situation.
It was good. It's good for the kid to see that your dad's not perfect, and he got back up, got back on the skateboard, and finished.
No, didn't do that.
Nope.
Until a few
didn't do that. He cried like a little girl, didn't he?
No, yeah. No. I did not. Until a few days later, when mommy takes the 5-year-old to the skate park by himself, and then he wants to get on the skateboard, and she's like, yes, he's more adept at skateboarding than you are, but he still hasn't practiced enough on flat ground. And you want him to, and now he wants to drop in.
Yeah, you got to throw him into
Daddy
it.
Did.
That's it, man. I'm with that.
Daddy said, I have to drive him home now.
Yeah. Son, I've been showing you this for a few years now. I told you not to touch these things, but now you can. Hit the gas.
Be careful.
Go.
So it's a double clutch. You have to clutch in and clutch out.
Oh, God. I'm going to have to medicate tonight. How about you, Thomas? How was your week?
I mean, by apparently all other comparisons, really uneventful. I didn't
Sounds like it.
I didn't have
You
major
didn't lose
surgery.
teeth or
Yeah.
kidney bones. You
No.
puss.
No, it's like I said. I mean, I woke up this morning and my arm was sore because I slept on it weird, but that's a lot of working, a lot of testing paradigms and doing compliance stuff. Getting ready for a WebSocket implementation, which I'm excited for.
Ooh.
What
Yeah.
are you using
What are
for?
you using for that?
We're not going to use Pusher. There's an alternative that we can use. Pusher is not SOC 2 certified. So even though their stuff is encrypted to a certain extent, they don't have the certification that we need to handle accounting and finance data. So oddly enough, we're going with some other service.
Sounds like a PHP architect article if I've ever heard one.
Yeah, Ably. ABLY.
No
Sounds like a
idea.
PHP architect article if I've ever heard one.
Doing all this stuff, we got some annoying like penetration testing results where they were like, hey, there's an XSS vulnerability here. So if we call your system the completely wrong way, then we can almost get it to render an XSS vulnerability.
Almost,
I'm like,
not quite.
yeah, yep. And I'm like, cool. That's what's the change recommendation here? You want me to make it so you can do it? Like,
Well, so what is the pen testing tool you're using?
Third-party company.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. Which third-party company?
I don't know.
Okay.
But
because
they
I asked because we are currently evaluating a few options.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
so if you can share that even off air, let me know.
Well, it's their job is to find issues, and they couldn't find any, so they sent us an 8-page report of theoretical issues. And I'm like, yeah, thanks. I'll create a theoretical pull request. So dealing with that, and then dealing with APIs. Part of my day-to-day, my big part of my day-to-day is integrating with these third-party APIs, and they're almost always written by a guy that the owner knew, who was hired to implement an API, and it's just undocumented and doesn't work and has IP-based restrictions and all this garbage.
Mm-hmm.
So it always takes 2 weeks to implement one API call.
Mm-hmm.
It's very frustrating.
I'm
But-
dealing with that now. too.
Yeah. Oh, kitty.
Yeah. I've been in tax and billing hell the last 2 or 3 weeks.
Oh,
dealing
right.
with
Because you guys are
taxes.
handling county level taxes.
Yeah.
Ugh.
And the same thing, you're dealing with these APIs, and then when you start getting into the details, the fields, it's like, why are you using abbreviations that don't make sense? It's just annoying.
Yeah.
And it's same thing. It sounds like it's somebody that's like, no, we're just going to outsource this to some person and they're like, CMPN, that's company. Like, just use the fucking word. Just spell out company. How hard is that to do?
I had one that had a list of had a field with optional values in it. It was a required field, and the values were industry types, and it just didn't include the names of the industry types that were available to use. And I'm like, this isn't useful in any way whatsoever. I had one that just returned status codes. Always return to blank page, just return to status code.
It's
Great.
not so bad. It's not so bad if it's well documented what their status codes are, like every single one of them.
But this is like these are all APIs that do the exact same thing, which is they get information from our side over to their system so they can process a loan application. So I have to have a main interface. I have to have an abstract interface that all of these things share. So each implementation, has this abstract interface that's got some base functionality. And every time I get a new one of these funders, they do something so badly or so differently that I have to change the abstract interface, like fundamentally change it for all of the other ones that exist.
That doesn't work very well.
No. It's terrible. So that's what I've been working on. Not like selling a house or buying a house or losing teeth.
All that fun stuff.
Do need to buy a car though.
Which
is so frustrating.
Why is that frustrating?
Well, it's very annoying in Colorado Springs specifically.
I can hear you purring through these headphones. Can you hear this cat purring?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, good. Jesus.
Colorado Springs is a weird county, and car dealerships can't be open on Sunday.
Interesting.
Because stuff, I don't know. But they also close at 6 on weekdays. So, like, it's impossible for me to get off work in time to go spend any amount of time with an actual car dealer. And then it's like, hey,
there's Saturdays.
Just do CarMax, man. Do CarMax. Narrow down exactly what you want. Figure out where it's at.
Or
no
CarZoom.
Nope.
CarZoom? No CarZoom?
Nope.
No.
It's like,
hey, pushing CarZoom. It's not really a thing, is it?
I already dislike spending money in general, and the idea of dropping like $15,000 is just so terrifying to me.
That's a pretty healthy down payment.
Well, I mean, you still owe the money even if you don't pay it all at once. My crypto's not doing hot this week. Had a nice little like 20% crash.
Oh gosh.
Speaking of crypto, we had a client today experience what we believe was a DDoS attack.
Yeah, I heard about this.
There's still the problem is there's no proof, but they emailed saying, hey, we've discovered this vulnerability for 3,000 in Bitcoin. We'll make it stop, and we'll give you a report of what we found.
What the FBI say?
It's like, what? So we started engaging with them, and they made it stop, which is great. While we engaged with AWS engineers, like, what can we do? So, I mean, lots of things done as far as upgrading Apache and trying to figure out what was happening. So as of right now, it hasn't come back. No clue what's going to happen, tomorrow.
That's a fun, not stressful thing to have on your plate.
Yeah, not stressful at all. Script kiddies, DDoS attacking you. And that's the hard part is the application does a lot of A/B testing, so it's not like you can just put Cloudflare in front of it or any other caching system.
You can do A/B testing with caching systems.
There's
I don't know if they support PHP 5.3.
7.4. Come on, almost on 8.
I'm running 8 now. Very excited.
I am close. We're pushing forward. It's good. We'll
Did
get there.
some
It's all
did
right.
some union types.
I can't wait for that. That'll be awesome. Getting some of the new things in 8.1.
Oh yeah. You know what else is
So
awesome?
What is that?
Honey Badger.
Honey Badger transforms you into a DevOps hero by combining error, uptime, and cron monitoring into a single easy-to-use platform. Stop wasting your time tailing logs and deploy with Swagger. Visit honeybadger.io today to level up.
Thanks, Honey Badger.
Thank you, Honey Badger.
I do love that ad.
I switch it up on the audio stream. Sometimes John, sometimes it's a long version of the ad that I got from Honey Badger. And then sometimes it's just that short version. I have a long version. I don't have video for the long version. I don't have video for it. I mean, I guess we could just throw up like a splash screen or something, but yeah, there's a long version.
Or like a YouTube clip of a honey badger defending its family.
There you go.
Oh,
that's actually a great idea.
I've got a great badger video to show you guys. Oh man, now I gotta go find it.
See, it's the first result on YouTube.
Not right now, but oh man,
fearless honey badger takes on 6 lions.
Tom, I need some credit from you. I need some credit from you.
Credit from me?
Yeah. I do believe a couple of weeks ago you talked about how I never call you. I never ask for your help. And I believe I did that this week. And you were right there for me, weren't you? You don't even remember.
Yes. Yeah, you forgot the word for the eloquent thing that turns a model into a JSON resource.
Yeah, the model resource. Yeah. I was, and you know what I ended up doing? That was such a eloquent solution that I just kept the whole, like, once I created that. So what we're talking about is in Laravel, you can do, I think they're called, what are they called? Model resources or collection resource? What is
Both.
it actually called? Oh,
there's a model resource and a collection resource.
And you can define these resources that basically says, hey, you know, when I pass something to you, these are the values I want you to return. I use them. I was using them for a JSON endpoint, and I couldn't remember what it was called. And Thomas was there for me, but because it's such an eloquent solution, once I made the resource, I did like everything in the routes file. Like I didn't have to create a controller or anything. I just like, all right, get all these records, paginate them. Yeah, I think I paginated by 50, and then send them through this resource. And boom, I had my API endpoint. It was so sweet.
You could even go one further than that and have the request handle a lot of the processing as well.
I've thought about that, but yeah. I was fine with how I did it. It worked really well.
Resources are cool.
Yeah, they're very cool. I've got to remember to use those more frequently.
Although you do have to remember that if you have a closure in your route, you can't optimize your routes file.
Oh, you're right. I forgot about that. Is that still a thing?
I believe that's still a thing.
So I can't cache that routes file.
Right.
Oh, damn. You know what? I might need to move that to a controller now. Shoot. I forgot about that. And that actually bit me a couple weeks ago. I forgot about that. And the client said, hey, we're trying to cache the routes file and it keeps erroring out. And that's exactly what was wrong. I had closures in there. Damn it.
Yeah. What you can do is you can have a controller that's just for this function. And instead of having a named method, you can use the _invoke method.
Yeah, so I could do that.
I like doing that. I've been doing that recently.
Do you still stick that in your controllers folder though? Yeah, I guess you would.
Yeah.
It's still a controller, right?
Yeah, I use it for stuff like webhooks that have, little basic setup things, but don't have complicated structure to them.
That's not a bad idea. I might do that. The double underscore invoke. I forget. Yeah. Are you sure? Are you sure that closure thing is still an issue in the latest Laravel?
I don't even know what the latest Laravel is, man.
I'm pretty sure. Well, I think it just changed since we started the show, but I think I'll have to look because I thought I had read somewhere that it had gotten fixed in 8, and I'm like, oh, okay, but that other project wasn't on 8 yet, and I was trying to pitch to the client. I'm like, hey, let me upgrade this, and this wouldn't be an issue, and the client was like, no, don't worry about that, just fix it. I'm like, upgrading it will fix it. No. Yeah,
I don't know.
Saving milliseconds. I think it's fixed in 8, but I will check that. I will actually run the command tomorrow and see, and I'll let you know. I'm pretty sure it's fixed in 8. I'm like 90% sure it's fixed, but I'll test it tomorrow. Hello.
I think I'm seeing somewhere on some random blog that you can have closures now.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, yeah, it looks like you can do that
I would test it now, but I have a cat sleeping in my hands and I can't get rid of him.
You realize you can just put the cat on the ground, right?
No, you can't. Obviously, you haven't had a cat before.
I've had lots of.
You don't know.
I've had lots of cats before, and you just boop, bonk.
Look at the guy sleeping. He's sleeping,
and that's how it goes. It just works that way.
All right. So I went longer than 10 minutes. The lads, Zeus and Apollo, were Higgins' dogs from Magnum PI. Zeus and Apollo. We were talking about Magnum PI, or we were talking about Higgins a couple of shows back. And the dogs, do you remember Zeus and Apollo, the two pinchers?
Yes.
Yeah. That was Zeus and Apollo. The lads, they were called the lads, but their individual names were Zeus and Apollo. Zeus was the bigger one, and Apollo was a small. They were the same size. I'm just being funny.
I have no idea what the relevance of that is at all.
I called you guys my Zeus and Apollo on the intro. Good God. This is why people like it when I'm on the show, because I'm creative. I come up with
supposed to pay attention to the intro.
Good God.
Were we recording?
I'm done with you guys. I need to. I would rather get a tooth pulled now than be here recording with you guys.
Well, yeah, you've got all those drugs.
All right. I have a PHP question for you guys. This came up. This came up in Discord recently. Wait, how do we get to Discord again?
Discord.phpugly.com.
You are correct, sir.
We also have a special section just for our patrons.
Patreon. Patreon on
Patreon. Patreon.
Let me see. Is their name going to come up? I stopped randomizing them because I can never tell where they're at. But wow, this is going. Man, we have a lot. Why isn't your name? If you're watching these names scroll, why isn't your name on here? I mean, Kevin, your name is on here. Frank, I saw you too. Buttery, obviously yours is on. Actually, everybody in Discord's on here. So
they're all there.
I'm trying to waste time. Here we go. F and Steve, Robert. There we go.
Thorsten
the third. No, I don't know. The
third,
Gilligan's
fourth,
Island.
what does it matter?
Whatever.
You were saying, John?
Eric was saying what?
PHP question.
What?
Fire away.
So this came up in Discord. PHP 8.1 has a lot of backwards breaking changes. that's been a complaint of ours in Laravel for so long, where you upgrade a minor version number. Well, most of our complaints with Laravel is upgrading a patch version number and it breaking things. But going from 8.0 to 8.1, there are breaking changes. What are your thoughts of going to a minor version number and breaking backwards compatibility?
I will say, I looked at the complaint. And many of the backwards breaking changes are deprecations.
A lot, yeah, I agree. A lot are deprecations. They're not really. I'm confused
anything.
why. I'm confused why it says backwards incompatible. Usually, there's BC and then deprecations are separated.
And I don't mind the not following Semver thing.
What?
If it's not a if it's not a weekly
That's very
release,
new.
if it's not every week.
No. You either follow Semver or you don't. There's not a. Well, in this case, it's okay.
Yeah, no, that's in this case it's okay.
No, it's not the case.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't work that way. You deprecate and then you remove in a major version number.
I agree that backwards breaking compatibility stuff is bad and it shouldn't be done in the minor version of the release. And it does go against PHP's own release process documentation about backwards compatible breaking.
Right.
I will say I don't care about the inclusion of deprecation stuff.
No, deprecation is fine. That's the whole point, is deprecate now, like let people know in a future version this is going to break.
Yeah.
But usually those breakages are at major versions. Like
But we just got into PHP 8. I mean, we're literally talking about 8.1.
Right. So what's the point of breaking this now versus deprecating it now and letting people have time to fix it before getting to 9.0? If it's a security thing, that's different. I agree. One of the big things is globals. Horrible. Don't use them. I have code that relies on them.
Now,
just going to state that now. I don't know that the state at which the libraries I use relies on it is impacted by this, but there is a case.
The change in globals here is that you can't write to globals anymore. You can't write to the super globals anymore.
You can write to individual elements of the super globals. You can't overwrite the entire array,
right?
Which I don't think is happening currently. And
I believe that was deprecated.
You're saying it was deprecated prior. It was deprecated in 8.0 and in 8.1 they're removing it?
Yeah. I
don't know, because I'm only on 7.4.
I believe that it was following a deprecation. That they basically said, we're not going to let you do this in the next version. And then the next version came out and they're like, what the hell, man? I can't run my ancient WordPress on 8.1.
I still think breaking backwards changes is major releases. But I could be swayed if it was.
It's like a 4-year release cycle, though.
But if it's been deprecated for a while, I could understand possibly.
I mean, look at Photoshop. They have backwards breaking changes all the time, where like they change an icon or they add something new. Or I mean, it's not the same thing, but you know, Adobe doesn't adhere to the major version release thing either.
So what I wish where I'm looking at this, the backwards breaking changes, I wish they would list when this was deprecated, because even with static variables, I understand that they're fixing how it works, but at what point did it did they make it deprecated where you would see notices that, hey, if you keep doing it this way, things are going to break.
Yeah, I mean, Python's on what, 3.9? And like to them, a major version is a
I'm not
complete.
talking about Python. I'm talking about PHP.
No, I know. I'm just saying, as far as a language goes, the version number usually refers to a significant fundamental change, not just backwards compatible breaking. I mean,
I don't care.
If
you either follow Semver or you don't. You complain about Laravel. You complain about Laravel all the time, not following Semver. So you either say follow Semver or you don't.
Laravel's not a language, or Laravel's a framework, not a language.
I don't give a shit. How Semver is a framework around versioning. How does that change anything? Why does Laravel not get a pass where PHP does?
Because Laravel loses support for the previous version every time they release a new version.
Which isn't
fucking different
anymore.
No, but I mean, like, if you have 8.61 and it introduces a backwards breaking change
at 8.62, that's a problem. But if you
at
8.7, now you're saying it's okay because PHP did it.
No, PHP is a language.
What the fuck's the difference? I don't
the release cycle.
I don't get it. No. Major, minor, patch. You either follow it or you don't. I don't give a shit.
Well, my biggest issue with the Laravel versioning is that is not the Semver issue. It's the fact that the components are updated at the same speed as the framework. So like Illuminate Eloquent or Illuminate support, which is the one that has to be included in every Laravel-based project. If you go to 8,
I agree, but that's a separate issue because you also talk about Laravel, the base framework in and of itself, breaking between versions.
Yeah,
I don't know. I disagree with you on this one. You either break on major or you don't.
Well, you get support for Laravel 8 for another 3 years. So when 8.1 has a breaking change, you don't have to use it for 3 years.
No, you get security fixes. It doesn't mean that you have to deal with breaking.
You get changes. You get regular support for 2 years and security for 3.
I don't know. Are
you talking about Laravel or PHP?
PHP.
Okay, you said Laravel, but okay, gotcha.
Whatever. I'm saying PHP 8 is going to be supported not just for security fixes for another 2 years. Whereas Laravel 8.61 will not be supported next week.
I don't know. I still think that you should be able to upgrade your version without fear of breaking changes until you go to a major version.
I don't disagree. But I think the things that are changing are not the biggest, as big as of a concern as they.
No, I'm not saying they are, but you should be consistent from thing to thing, whether it's major or minor. It should be breaking changes happen on major versions, so I can upgrade from one version to the next safely. Now, if we're saying that breaking changes can happen between minor versions, okay, but make that the rule across the board. I don't know what's that line?
Are you guys able to explain what this breaking change is?
I mean, there's a handful of them, but
there's a bunch of changes to database connections, and
that sounds pretty impactful.
Well, I mean, most of them are things that we don't use anymore. MySQL, MySQLi. There's some things with the global super variable, which, again, I happen to use because I'm using an ancient library that has been hacked together to work from 4 to 5 to 7. I don't think it's going to be impacted by this, but it might be. I don't know yet. I haven't gone down that road. There's static variables from classes that probably now act the way that you would expect them to, but not the way they have in the past. So it could break current code because people encountered this thing and like, oh, I need to fix it this way. Now it's going to be broken because they quote unquote fixed it from the ways of the past.
Well, and there's apparently Laminus DB maintainers pushed out a ticket that allowed for 8.1 because they had pulled it in and run the unit tests, and the unit tests all passed. But it turns out that they were failing silently because of this new resource type on Postgres. So that's bad.
Yeah. So there's a good list of things that have changed that are backwards breaking in 8.1.
Yeah. I just be glad you're not the release manager.
If only we knew somebody.
This would have been a really awkward conversation. Hey, we got a follower. Did you see we had a follower popped up on the screen?
We did.
Let's see who it was. Who was it? Did you recognize? Did you see?
I did not.
Twitch.
Was
Gotta
that
be a Twitch?
I was gonna say must be a Twitch thing.
Must be a Twitch thing, I think. Let me see.
I was looking at some more proposals for 8.2.
Is it good?
The adding final class deck, DEQUE, which is according to Wikipedia, it is a double-ended queue. An abstract data type that generalizes a queue for which elements can be added to or removed from either the front or back. It is often called a head-tail linked list. And this is, from what I gather, an attempt at reducing the memory impact of arrays. Since all arrays in PHP are hash tables or hash table style, then they always have a sort of given memory overhead. And this is an attempt at reducing that overhead. I thought that was interesting. There's also a final class vector, which has similar functionality, which makes it sort of an iterable interface with a lower memory overhead as well.
Did you share a link to this? I'm very confused right now.
I can.
I don't think we put anything in the Trello for. It's a good thing that it doesn't matter that the bot doesn't work anymore because we're not even doing Trello anymore.
We talk about there's a few cards over there.
I don't know. Trying to see who our follower is. You don't see him.
Yeah, this it'd be interesting to have another array type. You know, lots of.
Wait, we're getting another.
So
array type? What?
It's an RFC. Is it passed yet or no?
No, it's just got announced and it's under discussion right now, and has no chance of being integrated anytime soon or passing anytime soon. It's got plenty of work to do still, as per the lengthy discussions.
So we'll just talk about it
Okay.
as if it is.
Well, it's interesting because I hadn't really thought about improving the way that PHP handles memory. And, we just sort of accept that it does its best job and pat it on the back. But quite a bit could be done.
Now he's wondering why he redid that. He's like, wait, why?
So I heard last week. We didn't send Patreons to our overseas people, which
Yes, or me. I'm not even that far away.
Yeah, we need to talk more about who I'm supposed to send these things to.
Yeah,
I still have them. Like,
oh, good.
They're all packed up, ready to go.
Well, send them out. Make sure you get the postage right this time.
All right, tell me who to send to.
We don't want to go through that whole "what is this key in my mailbox for" situation again.
That was fun, though. I enjoyed that. It was like a little mystery.
The funny thing is, I sent out everything like, all right, people are gonna start tweeting this. Like Eric's gonna be surprised.
They did. Oh, you're talking about the first time you sent it out?
Yeah, the first time I sent it, it's like he's gonna be like, "What? I thought they weren't out."
No. Yeah, but you see, anyway. people appreciate it. We got a lot of tweets. Including Ramsey. Speaking of the debacle, which is PHP 8.1, Ramsey.
Gonna get us in trouble.
No, I can't make enemies anymore. I need people to write for me. So
you literally can't make enemies anymore. Things would collapse.
I can't make you because there are no more enemies to make. Is that why you can't make enemies anymore?
Yes.
Yeah.
The bodies have already piled up high enough.
Yeah.
How is the magazine going?
No. It's very well. We're very happy. We're nervous because the first edition we need to edit and put together is going to be October, and so we're understanding the workflows and working with the columnists and getting things put together. But that was actually the meeting John and I had before the show, and I tell you, I
already lubricated,
hammered. I get so excited when we start talking about PHP architect stuff. It's like the only thing I want to focus on right now. It's hard not to only focus on it. I mean, because I do have to like build clients.
10 other things.
Work.
Yeah.
But the PHP arc stuff is so super exciting right now. I can't wait to start announcing things, start teasing stuff. Like where the next tech's going to be. I'm just saying there may be another tech. I'm not saying whether there is. Just saying conversations have been had that we might be planning a tech somewhere.
It was smart leaving me out this time. So,
yes, Oscar, I've noticed he's saying PHP Arc instead of PHP Arch. We'll have that conversation at some point.
Hey,
do the prints go directly from your printer to the customer, or do you receive? Okay,
no.
So you guys
that was actually one of the things
drop ship.
Yeah, you don't do the shipping.
Not yet.
No,
that's very good to hear.
Why? Oh, because of John not being able to handle this.
Why are there 4 keys in my mailbox?
Asshole.
So, I'm glad you're working with your columnist. It's weird that I haven't heard anything yet.
You're not a columnist yet. Do you want to be a columnist?
Yeah.
All you gotta do is write some columns, write some articles, man.
Oh, right.
There's actually work you have to do.
This is open to anybody. anybody within earshot of my voice, if you want to write for
if you wanna
PHP
be-
Architect,
No, wait. If you want to be published, say it right. If you want to be published, let us know.
It'll
will
be
help
new
you become
Patreon level.
published.
guest
No, well.
columnist.
Oh, look, another follower.
I remember becoming when I had my first article published in PHP Architect, it changed my world. I was like, holy shit, I was published. Like I had an article published. I was on a high. It's an
Did you frame it?
amazing feeling.
It was weird that it was
you
a
frame it?
poem.
No, I should have though.
I thought
I've
about
shown you.
framing mine.
I've shown you my framed accomplishment. Haven't I?
It was actually a haiku. Cyber guy, hi, cyber guy.
I showed you my frame thing that I've had under my chair this entire time.
Yes.
What is it? High. What does it say?
High
High
quality
quality.
frames for diplomas, certificates, and awards. It was up in my office. That's why it's in the on the floor now.
There you go.
Yes.
Look, see, look, he's getting mad because I'm not letting him sleep. He's biting me. Get off me. Get away from me. Ugh. Not much, cyber guy. We're just hanging out, chatting. What's up with you?
Does that mean it's the end of the show?
We're taking
I think
user
we're-
interaction
I think
too
we're
far.
winding down a little bit here.
I want to know about
think
the
my-
Symfony 6 PHP 8 native types thing.
Didn't we talk about this whole thing? You're not allowed to do that.
Yeah.
No.
Whose card was that? Was it not his
Yours.
card?
It's yours.
Mine?
Yeah.
You're right. You're not supposed to bring up other people's cards. We've talked about this.
Don't be touching other people's cards, man. I think I put this in here before I had surgery, and I never
so
went back to read it.
The heroin's causing it to be a little fuzzy.
yeah, that's. I don't know what this is. I didn't go back. This is why you're not supposed to snipe other people's cards
Fine.
unless you've read it.
I'm really excited for Symfony 6 because there is going to be a lot of stuff. Symfony 6 is going to be fully typed, which I'm excited about. It's going to require 8.0.
So you brought up Symfony, and I don't know if you know, Syntax Seed follows us or is a friend of the show, put out an amazing thread about her time off from her kids being in school. Part of it involved Symfony, but her thread was more about the time she had off, how she used it, how it's shown that she's a great developer. She started doing things in Symfony, and which is like, wow, what else can I do while my kids are in school? Because she's not bogged down. But went on to also talk about if you run a company with spouses that are stay-at-home spouses, support them. And it's just like, you're right. This is the way things should be. So she did a really great job of like just putting these mental thoughts out there in a little 12-piece thread. And I will share that because
I take
that's
the
the
kids
kind of
to
guy I
school.
am. Doesn't count. Saying.
I think it does.
Okay, it does.
It
count.
shouldn't count. In a just world, it wouldn't count. But I am not a just husband. I don't even jump.
As we established.
Yeah.
We can change that.
All right.
You want to jump?
No, you
Start with
you don't
jumping
want-
jacks.
she's gonna- no.
No. That's how people get hurt. This is the skateboard thing all over again.
I'm gonna do it again at some point.
Yeah.
If my meds ever allow me to heal, I will try it again.
What is that quote from Einstein? Insanity is the repetition expecting some different result.
Something like that.
Something around those lines. Oh,
Insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result.
yes.
Yeah, but I'm gonna try it again. I'm gonna keep my knees bent this time because that's the way
All right, so next week it'll just be Tom and I on the podcast. Just everybody prepare yourself for that.
Yeah.
That's fine.
It's
Nobody
we'll
wants
have
to hear me talk anyway. It's all good.
John's special guest, massive head wound.
I've said too much this episode anyway, as it is.
No, you said just the right amount. It was perfect. But I do think that's it. I think we're going to wrap this up at this point. See, I know when to end the suffering and the pain. See, we have input from Discord. Go ahead.
If you guys don't have an answer,
they were the dogs from MikePI. What?
Have you guys read the BDD books?
BDD books?
Yeah. Gaspar Nagy and Seb Rose.
No. What is BDD?
Behavioral
development.
What is it?
BHAT was the big, BHAT was the big library behind it in PHP for a long time.
Okay. If anyone has read these, I'd like to hear your opinions because I'm thinking about buying them. It's Discovery and Formulation are the two books that are out now.
Yeah, I'm seeing that. All right.
Are they PHP centric or just in general?
I believe they're just in general. Because
if anybody wants to write a BDD book based on PHP, just saying.
There's an idea for a column.
I may know people that can publish books.
We publish books as well. PHP Architect has a whole library of very good books.
That's true. I do need to get into that.
So,
and we do a good testing book. Grumpy Programmer has a great book available at PHP Architect. PHPArch.com. Lower third, right there. That's where it goes. Goes right there.
We need to have a sponsor frame for PHP Arch now.
You guys don't sponsor this podcast.
Sure we do.
No,
absolutely we do.
You get Diego Dev or you get PHP Arch, whichever one you want. Both? Can't have both.
Odd number podcasts are PHP Arch, even are Diego Dev. There you go.
We don't even talk about Diego Dev. I mean, we're wearing the shirt, obviously, but that can change too. PHP Arch has see, you guys, you're all in my head with the PHP Arch thing now. I don't know what I'm doing anymore.
Well, that's
why I like to say PHP Architect because it just ends the whole argument.
The domain is phparch.com, ARCH, phparch.com. That's why they did it that way. And I'm going to keep pushing you in
awesome PHP swag as well, which is all pretty much sold out right now, but that might change.
Yeah, I was going to say, did you guys get your elephants? Because it's just all listed as sold out on the site.
We have to have a talk about elephants. Yeah, we're going to have a talk about elephants. The herd is returning. Wait, did I give away too much?
No.
Okay. All right. Things are happening. Stay tuned for more. This has been the PHP Architect podcast. No, wait.
No. I'm not letting you get away with that. This has been
episode 255 of PHPUgly. I'm Eric.
I'm John.
I'm Tom.
Keep it
ugly.
1, 2, 1, 2.
Hey,
Coming
remember
off
to
the
hit the
top,
button this
y'all
time.
know how we
Yeah.
do. Listen, I'ma drop a freestyle you can cherish. I'ma send a shout out to the host named Eric. Yo, he's never on some average shit. You know
me like I'm
Eric,
nobody.
he stays loud and passionate. I'm about to break it down for y'all with the clever song. Yo, shout the host name Thomas, cause he's never wrong. Yo, shout to John.
I'm looking forward
you know
to the
they
day
be
when we
smart
can
and
hear this
quiet,
as it's happening.
unlike my freestyles, which cause a riot. I'm about to do it like this.
I need a
cause
new
the
PC.
people love me. Shouts out to PHP, the ugly. It's called ugly
All right,
because it's
never
not
mind.
professional.
We don't need to
But
hear
I'm
it.
about to come through and bless you
I
with
should
style.
just
So let's
release
do it when I'm spitting. I
the
perfume the
PHP
room. Yo,
podcast.
the segment of the show is called Doom and Gloom.
FYI.
That came from Thomas. Yeah, can nobody go
Why
beyond this?
you
I get
killing-
the mic and then I'm about to keep it like a promise. Yeah, and y'all know we
I don't know
fill
what you
them
guys
up
are talking
with
about.
anguish. We
Discord
talking
was
about the
fantastic.
PHP, the
They're very
programming
chatty.
language. About
They
to break
love
it
you
down,
here.
no exaggeration.
Everybody
What do
loves
y'all do
Eric.
for a living? Web applications. Okay, I can dig it. My words spray tight. They getting
Oh, yeah,
together
look at
on
that.
the
Oh, yeah.
Thursday nights. Yeah, when it comes to rhyming, you can call me the new dude. That's
40
few
minutes,
true
what?
lyrics while y'all broadcast on YouTube. So let's get it. You know my lyrics are major.
talking
about? I
All
have
up in the comments.
the
They got
PHP
plenty
architect-
of haters, but they doing what
Hey,
they doing.
fix it.
Keep it
What's
ugly.
that?
We ending every show with the saying it's lovely. Let's go.
Let's go.
Hey, shout out to y'all. Peace to the whole.
How'd you
You
fix it?
figured out.
It works if I
Oh.
share my entire screen.
Okay.
Holy
well,
crap.
That's
Stop
fun.
doing that. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that for those 2 segments before and after. I'll stop talking if you share that.
So tomorrow morning, everybody, you'll have PHP Ugly and PHP podcasts to listen to. So you have a wonderful weekend to lead into. I have to share. Somebody just ordered a laptop from System 76. Darling Data, what did you get?
I have it. Somebody else said just being a Mac developer is deciding to switch back to Linux again because of Docker performance. It sucks. I loved my experience on the Mac except for Docker. Like if they would fix that, I think they could probably save a lot of attrition that they may experience over the next year.
So, Darling Data, I'm curious. Is this going to be like your primary machine? And I'm wondering, I'm asking because the size of that keyboard for a laptop seems large. Like it has a number pad on there. Are you actually going to use it like as a portable machine? Or are you going to just use it as a desktop? But it is nice. It's very nice. It just I'm kind of picky about my laptops now. I think that is the one thing that Apple has spoiled me. I love
Screen's
the
not
Apple
great.
laptop. That's true. It's not the best screen, but I do like the compact keyboard in the way it is. It will be. I'm upgrading from a really old computer. Okay, all right. So if it's basically going to be a desktop and then you'll use it as a laptop every now and then, I guess that's reasonable. It's just it's weird to me seeing a laptop with a keypad on there because, like, again on the Mac, you're centered on the screen, like your hands in the screen and where you are. But I would imagine with like a keypad, I feel like you'd kind of be off to the side a little bit. Maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm overthinking that.
It depends on what kind of data entry you're doing. Because when I was doing 10 key, like having a keypad,
Mm-hmm.
I swear I almost got a few jobs just because of my 10 key skills.
Really?
Like, yeah, moving into management at what I don't know who knows Publix as a grocery store, but I worked in the back office and they were just amazed that I could do 10 key calculations. I was like, it's not that hard. It's like the numbers are right there and he's plus and minus. But just having that skill it seemed impressive to upper management where I could have been promoted purely because of that kind of thing.
Check out the Framework laptop.
This is nice.
That's cool, man.
We've been talking about that. Didn't somebody bring that up in
I heard
Discord recently?
You guys talked about it last week. I actually
Yeah, I
looked
brought
it
it
up
up last
as you
week.
guys were talking about. Yeah.
Oh,
I still
see,
didn't
don't
see
listen to
the
show.
Linus Tech tip. Not even when you're recording. Do you still have that beer? Have you not finished that beer yet?
Yeah, I'm working on it.
Oh
I'm
my
halfway done.
God, you're only halfway done. Hey, to his defense, I think that's his like fourth or fifth beer. Like,
Ooh,
I started with
In-
I started with the
in-
9.5% beer there.
I was to say, and that was probably one of the lighter ones he's had.
And then had 2 of these there, and these are 7.5%. And now this is my third. I'm like, yeah, I'm good.
you saw the new Sam Adams.
Oh, let me stop at Zencaster.
Sam Adams released their Utopia beer, which is illegal in 11 states.
Here in the U.S.?
Yeah. Because it's 28%.
What?
That's
That's
not
not
even,
a
that's not even a beer.
That's a
That's
liquor.
Well, 9% is not
that's
a
a
beer either.
spirit.
It's technically it's a barley wine.
I thought anything like above 10 or 11% was barley wine.
No, it's like 9.
No, 9.5 is still beer.
I say you see a lot of 9.5, 9s.
Yeah.
You see that all the time.
You get up to 10, 11, 12, you're talking about like a bourbon barrel aged beer. It's
Yeah.
still a beer. Anything above like 11, 12, it starts getting into that barley wine state.
Barley wine is between 6 and 12%.
No.
Yeah.
It seems like it should be higher.
Yeah, but I had to believe. All right, I'm gonna try to get this edited tonight, so I don't have to worry about it. I do need one of you guys need to help me figure out the card issue with Trello now. So I'm able to I'm able to see the card, but I can't get the what used to be referred to as attachments, which are the links in the card. I can't pull them out anymore.
So they changed how the cards work.
Right, and I went to the API documentation, and the API documentation hasn't changed. I did find some posts recently that look like people having a similar issue, but you need to take a look at it with me, John, or Tom, one of you two, because I spent a good portion of last week. Now, I was in a lot of pain last week when I was trying to figure it out, but
well, I'm sure we have lots to discuss tomorrow anyway, so we can look at it.
Yeah.
Ping me when you're available.
You got it, man. All right, guys. I'm going to drop off. I'm going to try to get this knocked out so I can get some sleep. You guys take it easy.
Yep. You too. Thanks,
You
everyone.
too.